It can be easy, as we look back over the moments we have shrunk from, to feel that we have been singularly cowardly in our choices. Why did we stay silent when we knew we should have spoken? Why did we turn away from the opportunity that frightened us? Why did we rehearse the brave version of ourselves in the shower and then deliver the small, careful version to the room? In such moods, it can feel as though we failed because we were weak, because we lacked something the braver people had, because fear, for us, runs deeper than it does in others. We chastise ourselves for flinching, then for flinching at the flinching, then for building a life organized around not being tested, so that we would never have to find out how afraid we actually are. But in these moments, it can be more than merely sentimental to remind ourselves of a fundamental fact about fear that we miss when we despair of our conduct. Fear is not a flaw in the system. Fear is the system. And no one has ever handed us a way through it that does not require walking directly into it. Nietzsche, writing in the late 19th century, did not believe fear could be removed. He believed it could be overcome, not by destroying it, but by becoming the kind of person for whom fear is no longer the loudest voice in the room. From Nietzsche, we can draw 4 difficult movements, not techniques, not tricks. 4 orientations toward the thing that terrifies us, each one requiring more of us than the last. The first movement is the simplest, and it is the one we resist most. We must stop waiting to feel unafraid. Most of our lives are organized around a single, unspoken assumption that one day the fear will leave, and then we will act. We tell ourselves we will speak up when we feel more confident. We will begin when we feel more ready. We will risk when the fear has settled enough to let us move. Nietzsche would say, the fear is not going to settle. It is not a weather pattern passing through. It is a permanent feature of being a creature that can imagine its own end. The question is not whether we will feel fear, but whether we will learn to move while it is still speaking. The brave person, he insisted, is not the one who feels no fear. The brave person is the one who has decided that fear no longer gets to cast the deciding vote. This is not a feeling, it is a decision, and it is available immediately, not after the fear passes, but inside it. A second movement concerns what we have built our fear around. Nietzsche observed that most of what we call fear is actually the fear of loss, and beneath the fear of loss is an attachment so deep we have stopped noticing it. We fear failure because we have attached our worth to the outcome. We fear rejection because we have attached our lovability to the response. We fear exposure because we have attached our identity to the version of ourselves that has never been tested. The attachment, not the fear, is what holds us in place. Nietzsche's instruction was not to suppress the fear, but to examine the thing we are afraid of losing, and to ask whether it deserves the authority we have given it. Does the approval of people who do not know us deserve to govern our choices? Does the comfort of never having failed deserve to cost us the chance of ever having succeeded? Does the image we have spent years constructing deserve to be protected at the expense of the life we have not yet lived? The fear shrinks, he believed, when the attachment is seen clearly, not because the danger disappears, but because we stop treating the thing we might lose as if it were the only thing that mattered. A third difficulty begins when we realize what courage actually costs. We must become willing to suffer, not because suffering is good, not because pain is noble, but because every meaningful life requires a willingness to pay a price, and most of our fear is, at bottom, the refusal to pay. We want the strength without the cost, the depth without the discomfort, the transformation without the fire that produces it. And so we arrange our lives around the avoidance of the very experiences that would make us larger than we currently are. Nietzsche did not ask us to enjoy suffering. He asked us to stop treating it as the worst possible outcome, because a life organized entirely around its avoidance is already a kind of slow death, and a more honest one than the dramatic failures we fear. The person who can say, "I am willing for this to cost me something," has already changed the relationship. The fear is still present, but it is no longer the only consideration. And in that small widening, something new becomes possible. The deepest movement is the one that separates Nietzsche's understanding of fear from every easy motivational framing. We must ask what we are afraid of becoming. Most fear, Nietzsche believed, is not really fear of failure. It is fear of the self that failure would reveal, the self that was not as capable as it hoped, the self that was not as loved as it imagined, the self that, when tested, was found ordinary. We are not afraid of the event. We are afraid of the verdict it would deliver about who we actually are. And here, Nietzsche's instruction turns strange. He did not say, "Prove the verdict wrong." He said, "Become someone for whom the verdict no longer matters," not by refusing to be tested, not by arranging a life where the test never comes, but by slowly, painfully, building a self that is grounded in something deeper than the result, a self that can survive being seen clearly, including being seen failing. This is what he meant by self-overcoming, not the addition of a better self on top of the old one, the transformation of the self that is afraid into one that is no longer ruled by the fear of what it might turn out to be. We have made a mess of our courage, no doubt. We have flinched more than we needed to, stayed smaller than we had to, and called our caution wisdom when it was only fear wearing better language. We do not, on top of everything else, need to be surprised that we did so. This is a life with at least 30 fears in it, and we began to face them long before we realized that the instruction manual had been mislabeled. Fear was not the enemy, it was the door.